First thing that we're gonna break down our cod because it's a long process. As we dry age the cod for a minimum 7 days to get to remove the moisture. Johnny's gonna start to butcher it.
I mean, one of the ingredients that we have the most iconic on the restaurant is gonna be our cod. You know, we get the whole Atlantic cod. I think us is special because the dry aging process. We are dry aging the fish to eliminate some of the moistures.
So there's our first one right there. It's a lot easier to break down the dry aged fish because all the proteins have kind of solidified. You know, it's a long process to cure fish, 2 hours, and then you want to rinse it. And then you don't want to serve it or grill it right after you've rinsed it. So you need it to kind of dry out again. And that way, when you put it over the fire, the skin gets nice and crispy.
We receive 170 pounds of almost 200 pounds every single week.
Okay, so that's it. We've broken down our fish. Now we're gonna go ahead and lay it on our cure. So I've made a bed of the curing salt right here, and I'll just kind of shape it onto the fish, and then we'll grab some more cure for the top. And we'll cure this for minimum 2 hours.
For us, it's a beautiful, beautiful process. It's put in a cooler.
My father is a butcher. That way I started working with my father in a butcher shop. The way my father showed me respect for the meat in his shop, I saw the same respect for all the fish that we get.
This is a cod that we cured this morning.
Right before service, when everything is ready to rock and roll, we just put in the charcoal, kind of get the skin really, really crispy, and just finish it for the side of the meat for 2 seconds. The whole idea for Porto is to make people feel like you are not in Chicago. That way you are eating fish right by the ocean of Portugal or Spain.
Let's go.
I mean, one of the greatest things, everybody's super excited to come in the morning, is to open the boxes. It's like Christmas for us, right? But some of the days we have our contacts in Portugal or Spain. We are like, okay, just send us whatever you find in the market that is super cool and bring it to us. Some days we don't know if we're gonna get mackerel or not, or scorpion fish or not. The first thing we do is open the boxes, see what we can do with the fish. That was super fun because every day, almost every week, you can create new dishes, but you don't know exactly what you're getting. Kind of fun, a little up on it sometimes, but it's cool. But seeing how fresh, when you see a fish that is like this, it's just still in rigor mortis. Just be able to have this in Chicago, this is amazing. It's sardines, it's about maybe 100 grams, not even 80 grams. It's a lot of work behind it. We gotta get the whole team and what we call a sardine party. In Spain or Portugal, they basically just grill them whole, but we wanna make it easy for the customers to be able to enjoy this amazing quality of fish. The sardine is also one of the dishes that we have on the tasting menu. And this is another fish that is important and emblematic for Porto because it's a fish that represent all the Atlantic cuisine, Spain, Portugal, and France.
Sardine party, sardine party.
We got a shit ton of them. We get most of the team all together trying to make it as fast as possible.
What you doing? You scale? And we butterfly? Sabotage.
Don't be mad at me, Chefo.
I'm never mad on you. But I can see that you always take the easiest stuff.
This is actually really hard,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
This is kind of probably one of the dirtiest part of the cleaning process because you have all the cuts and all the blood in there. That way,
oh, baby, it's bloody.
Trying to make it clean. Some of the head, what we do is we make a sardine barbecue sauce. The first one, that is Chef Juan and Juerame, is gonna be actually making the scale. This is actually super delicate fish that with the scales are kind of a little hard. It has to be super delicate, that way you don't get into the meat. You can see everybody's taking their time. Chef Erwin and Chef Johnny, what they're doing is also probably the hardest part of the process, is actually butterfly the fish. As big as the fish is easier to butterfly it, but as smaller it gets, it's a little more fragile. The spine is a little more delicate as well. That way what they do is taking the middle spine to it, but keeping a butterfly like a book. After we butterfly all the sardines, what we do is basically cure them for about 20 minutes, enough to kind of get the meat a little firmer and the skin a little more dry as well. That way when we torture, the skin is gonna be really crispy and it's not gonna be any breaking down or anything like that. A beautiful labor of love happening here at Porto.
Thank you, Chef.
Oh, thank you. Merci beaucoup.
De rien. Muchas gracias.
I've never cooked food this like this. My career, I've been doing this for a long time. It just feels right.
And this is going back ancestral techniques, right? Taking fish that is being cured in salt is something that's been happening for thousands of years, right? Why we don't bring those techniques back? Chef is gonna take it to the walk-in, we'll wait 20 minutes. In Spain, this is sardine used to be a cheap fish. I think if you treat every single fish the best way possible and you try to make it as good as you can, it can beat any other, even like a lobster. This is gonna be the sardines. After we cure them, we stuff them with a sofrito in the middle, and then we're gonna toast them. That way we can make that skin a little more crispy.
We came out with a recipe one night, like after service, we was drinking a glass of wine, of course, but we used to order hot dog.
We're gonna drizzle the sardine like if it would be a hot dog. And then on top, we're gonna put a mustard.
And I start to say, chef, what do you think if we start to make a sardine like a hot dog? He's like, shut up.
What if? What if?
And he was like, no. And he finished his glass of wine. He said, what? And when Chef Marcos started to put the finger like this, he said, Chefo, what we don't do, I'm like, okay, here we go. We're gonna find a recipe.
There's some drops of the oil. This is probably one of the ingredients that make me more, I would say, emotional to have it at Porto. Goose barnacles is something that it takes a lot of lives, you know, like to be able to cut them. About every year, there is about 3 to 7 people that die actually diving to get the barnacles. These are stuck into the rocks. It is really dangerous to be able to grab them and be able to, like, before the wave splashes into the rocks, the diver needs to run back again and then come back. Be able to have this one over here, this is insane. This is kind of like what actually that sea tastes like. How crazy, like the first person that ever actually was like, oh, let me try this, if it's good, you know? Like, it's so ugly that, like, I cannot believe the first person that actually did it was like, okay, you got some balls in there.
This is Chef Shana, our executive pastry chef. She's the best. We call her the queen. Happy queen, happy Porto. Hey, chef. We just prepared the percebes. As you can see, they're all attached together. We just want to remove like one by one, and we're gonna blend them like really quickly in a mineral water with a little bit seaweed.
I mean, tonight we're gonna serve it like the traditional way that they do in Spain. Blanch them into the water, cool them, and just serve it like warm for people to be able to taste it. For me, I like to see like it's almost like a kiss of the sea.
Chefo, percebes.
Percebes time. The percebes is kind of a little sexy thing to see, you know? Because when you break it, in Spain, they give you like a bowl of this, and then you basically grab it from the nail, and then eat it. It's just incredible. Here we are trying to make it easy for people to enjoy. It's a little hard to actually be eating them because you have to peel them, you gotta take the nail out. We are trying to make all that job for the customers. They just take in the spoon and go right for it. And also compose the bite. That way they're not missing any of the flavor combinations that we want them to have. I think this is actually one of the dishes that every time you eat it, you got like a really splash of like the sea flavor in your mouth, right? Voila.
Voila.
One of the last boxes of the day. By the way, this is something also very unique, is the Monkfish. It's one of the most ugliest fishes that you can find in the sea. His head is huge. We have one over there. It's almost like a dragon almost, you know, it's like a huge mouth. This is actually, we get it every week, but there is some that has been in the dry etcher that is actually for last Friday. Those are gonna come to the tasting menu tonight, but then this one will be ready for next week. We clean them, we take the skin off, we kind of clean a little bit of the blood around it, and we hang it. No cure, no anything. The natural gelatin of the fish is gonna protect it. Chef, I think after that we should work on the mackerel.
Oui, chef.
And getting it ready for dry etcher, that way they can be ready for next week. I mean, that's a beautiful color on them today. He loves fish and seafood. You know, I'm coming from Valencia, the Mediterranean coast. It's hard to find people that understand each other the way that we do. Sometimes we're in the shit and we don't even need to talk. We know exactly what to do to help each other.
He just did the first one for the TV. Now he's watching me. So, okay, you're doing great.
I said you do it better than me. You know, that is like.
No, I can't. I don't do nothing better than you.
And like, you know, you do it better.
You just teach me pretty well.
You have a better smile. Like, I want you to be the sexy guy in the show.
You are the sexy one. Look, you have the beautiful.
I've been working with a French guy for 4 years now.
I started to work, he was 1 year old.
I mean, he has 28 years of experience, and I'm 29 years old now. That way, when I was 1 year old, he was already cooking. Very badass, very badass.
It's cool. Thank you, chef.
The mackerel is actually amazing how acceptable it is to put in the dry etcher. We put in the dry etcher for 7 days, no longer than that because it's not too big. And actually these ones are gonna be ready for tonight after a week of dry etching it. As you can see, the skin is ready to go, and then butterfly and cook it over the charcoal.
My chef is fantastic.
Magnifique.
Magnifique. It's 1 o'clock, we have like 1 hour to prep, and in 1 hour we're gonna start to set up the station for the opening.
Okay, this is the other part of the restaurant. What we have here is basically the chef counter, more like into like kind of Macasa style. That way people is facing the chefs, and the chefs are explaining to them all the dishes that they're eating, how to eat it, the story behind it. That way what we have here is the brioche. That way this is actually the brioche that is gonna be for our uni toast. I mean, the uni toast is actually one of the more emblematic dishes that we have in the restaurant. That way the whole idea is utilizing the uni that is coming in the can. As you can see, it's being cooked in the natural juices with a little bit like sea water. That way you can keep all the flavor and all the moisture inside the can. This uni is probably around like almost 1 year inside of there. First time that me and Chef Ferreira tried it, we were blown away. It's like how something has been in a can for over a year, it stays so fresh and so incredibly powerful. We make a toast that kind of represents that idea, that philosophy. A little toasted brioche in the bottom, a cauliflower puree with a little bit of sour cheese from Portugal, and we finish with the uni right on top. It's a 2 bite to it, but like with a full of flavor that is coming out together. Giving the respect for a produce that maybe people doesn't have it anymore, that is the preservation system in a can. I mean, it's, 3:45, almost ready for showtime. Chef Ferreira is checking all the station, make sure we have all the last little details for the station. We know that it's go time when Chef Ferreira put his hat. He also have a John Dory bone on the hat, kind of like super fashion on it.
No. Mass lacto fermented. That's are good. This is one of the last things that we're gonna do, like portion our monkfish in the last minute to make sure that we keep the moisture out, and we're gonna put in our station, just portion, bone in to get like kind of steak idea of the T-bone, but just with the monkfish. It's a nice amount of work, but also like it's a pleasure for us to be able to use a beautiful fish like this. You can get some monkfish from the main or from a domestic one, but they're not like nothing to compare. This one flavor profile is so different, and we feel so lucky and happy that even if it takes time, we spend time. But when we work, like we feel on vacation. This is what we say, we are lucky, we're making something that we love. Like we have a job, of course, we need to pay our bill, but we're making something that we love. We can work like 80 hour weeks, we don't care because we love what we're doing. I will never replace my life for another job. I started to work when I was 11. I have 41. I just want to cook and learn. It's about like 6:30. We just received a table of six tasting menu. We just sent what we call the first course, seaweed and conservas. And now they're gonna wait, like soon it's gonna be their turn to send the matrimonio, and after this is tuna. We're gonna go with our dry aged tuna belly. We love these dishes because, as we know, Chicago is really famous for steak and potatoes because it's a steakhouse city.
It's funny because a lot of people think that tuna is something that like is only in the Japanese cuisine for the sushi, but actually one of the best tunas in the world are coming from the Mediterranean coast of Spain.
We just want to get the smokiness. This kind of fish should be like it almost raw. A little bit finishing salt that we bring from Portugal. And because all the steak should deserve a sauce, right in the middle.
Fire 4 Muse.
And we are ready to go. Vamos, vámonos. It's time to shine, it's time to go. It's time to enjoy.
I wanted to feel like they are a little bit in Chicago, or most of the part you are not in Chicago. Because the whole decoration, the design, the smell, this is nothing like in Chicago. And you have Chef Ferreira or myself or anybody on the team that is explaining you super excited about Galicia and Portugal and the rest of Spain and France.
Oh, it's turbo time.
you know, you have this amazing experience that, oh shit, I'm really in Chicago right now. When the fish is coming to you, you're like, okay, I'm not in Chicago anymore.
Walking into tasting menu.
I really think and I want to believe that what we're doing in the restaurant as a team, for the kitchen, from the floor, from the wine program, everything together is a beautiful combination of love that everybody's putting together, right? And I think that work philosophy of working hard to be able to achieve what you want is, I try to pass it along to the team. I think it pays off, right? Like be able to have all these amazing, incredible achievements that we have for Porto, all the awards and the recognition is not only for me, it's because everybody's behind the scene that people maybe don't see them. They make Porto like a real special place.